Today we're going to look at the automatic start function of synchronized generators. Before we do, just a quick recap of what we looked at in the connections video. In there we looked at the bus connection, which connects the power between all the generators and can also connect to the load. We looked at how to connect to the load through the plugs on the front of the set. The MSC connection, which is the data connection between all the generators within the synchronized sets. The earth leakage relay position needs to be set to the off position to prevent unnecessary trips when using synchronized generators. The resistor switch needs to be in the end set position for the end generators and the middle set position for the middle generators. And in today's video, we'll look at the synchronized switch to understand what position that needs to be in for the remote start, how to connect the remote start switch to the generators, what impact the remote start switch will have when it's closed connection and open connection, and how to view the load sharing between all the generators in the synchronized sets. So we've got synchronized generators, and now we're going to look at the remote start application for synchronized generators. I've got a switch in my hand that connects into RS1 and RS2. This switch could be 15 meters away in a control panel, and we're simply closing that circuit between those two terminals. For the generator to do an automatic start and an automatic close of the connection, we need the main circuit breaker to be set into the auto position. The two switches up to the right for a synchronized generator, we need to have the end units set to end set and any units in between those two set to middle. Because we're doing a load share application, we need to make sure we've got the synchronizer switch in the duty select position. And over to the left here, we need to make sure that the earth leakage relay is switched into the off position to prevent any false trips on that circuit. Then on the deep sea control panel, we'll clear any alarms and set the control panel into auto mode, and then it will look for the signal from this switch to start all of the generators in the set. We only need the switch going into one unit, and they will all communicate on the CAN bus network, so they all see that remote start switch. So now I'll close the connection on that switch. At this point you'll see the deep sea display does a start delay countdown of 5 seconds, and then both generators will start up at the same time, or multiple generators if it's a multiple set. So now the generator's started and we've got the load applied to the two generators in these synchronized sets. We can now go into the menu, go into generator, and then scroll through to generator load. And there we can see the percentage of load on the generators. And as we've got two connected in this synchronized set, we need to see around 50% on each. Likewise, if we had 3 generators, we need to see around 33% on each to show that they're sharing that load equally between all the synchronized generators in the set. So we've come to the end of that sequence now. We're going to look now at when that signal is lost and the generators start to shut down. So we turn that signal off. The control panel on all machines recognise the signal is lost, and it will now do a return delay countdown. At the end of that countdown, it will open the main circuit breaker. The generator will remain running to allow the engine to cool, and then it will fully shut down and remain in auto mode to monitor when this switch closes next time, and again the sequence of events will start again. That concludes the video for automatic or remote start for synchronized generators. I hope you found it informative. There are more videos on synchronized generators which cover connections and load on demand.